Good morning, everyone. You can click play real quick. And this is episode, or I guess, live stream 13. And in today's episode, live stream, hoping to get our aquatic farm set up over here. We have 2 foresters. And I see we already have Lucky and Blue are here. Welcome, guys. But we can't actually plant trees on these dirt blocks like I wanted until we have some water irrigating it. So now that I'm thinking about it, we'll actually need to probably raise these guys up because they're going to be flooded otherwise. So a little bit of poor planning on my part. We could put levees all the way around, but that's, I think, a little bit more complicated than we need it to be. So we can go, we'll go right here and here. And we'll just add in some stairs. And then now we can add in those foresters. And they should be able to reach a good amount of stuff. We still need to finish placing down some more of the dirt blocks and levees on the side. And then we got a bit of cleanup to do as well. So we can continue doing all that. We have a million staircases. So we need to remove those. And I think we'll probably actually need to shift where we have the entrance for this. I think it would have been nice if it was facing a different direction, but didn't really think that part through. So we can go and install, we'll do a couple of pieces of dynamite, and then we'll get a tunnel right under here, which I'm not going to be able to reach unless we go down. So we have that, we have the path right here. I think I'll have that go maybe on this side. Not 100% sure yet. But I think that I want to have the levees go right along this side. Which means it will probably be installing some dirt blocks like this. Yeah, I kind of like that. And then let's go, oh yeah, we had this guy collecting scrap metal. I guess we want him to keep clearing this out. So let's rearrange the paths though, because I don't really want to have all these stairs here. Let's have him come from this direction and install more stairs, because that's definitely the best solution. If we remove this, he's not going to like it. And then we can collect all that as long as we have this connected in. Okay, they're going to get that. And then they can reach this. We can remove the staircase as soon as they are gone. We have a few more people who have joined the live stream. Welcome, everyone. If you are new to the series, let me give you a quick rundown after I move these staircases. But they gotta reach this first. So at this point, we have done quite a bit. We started out trying to settle this area, and we had a bunch of production buildings. We kind of got the foundation set up. And now we have shifted our main district on top of this massive reservoir. And we have since extended it. So now we have a second reservoir, which is going to be the central focus for today's video. We have some fill valves and some throttling valves set up around this reservoir. So we have 4 in total. And that's going to allow us to have water flow through here in a very controlled manner. The fill valve, since you can adjust the target height. And let's pause this really quickly. Why is this not? Oh, I guess we didn't build it tall enough. Oh, it's because we have this zip line. So we can remove this, and then we can go up and over. So we installed that in the last episode, but now we can get the last couple levees, and we'll make sure that they are prioritized. So we bump that up, click play, but we're going to be using fill valve to make the aquatic garden, get that up and running today. So these guys, okay, that's looking good. I need to change these staircases. I don't want those there. So let's start getting rid of some of those. And then we'll do the same for some of the paths. And then from here, so they can still reach all this, let's place down some dirt blocks. And then we'll keep the overhangs coming along. If we go right here, I also need to be conscious of not having the beavers get trapped, because they are notorious for trapping themselves. So I want to make sure that we don't put any beavers in that position. So we can just start with those ones. And in fact, I think we can remove this. They should still be able to reach everything. And we can remove that one as well. So now they'll have to build everything from the top, which is what I wanted. So let's go like this. And I don't know exactly what I want to do over here quite yet. I think that I do want to go like this though. So we'll have some levees, and that'll reach around or wrap around. And then we can keep doing this. So we'll have the overhangs from the dirt blocks extend all the way over here. We'll do something like this for now. And then maybe we actually shift this over by one, so that way we can have a dirt block on the corner. And then we can have the levees come over like this. And we'll leave a little gap, that way they can reach everything. So that's this side. Solution to too many stairs is add more stairs. Yep. I mean, it started working. Let's remove this. Okay, so I think if I remove, they can reach all of this. Yeah. We'll need to rearrange the paths a little bit down the road, but first we're gonna figure out the border situation for the aquatic farm. I know we'll go over here. Let's see, we'll go 2. Then we'll go like this. So we could, how do we want to have this? We could go kind of out and back. We could build, I'm going to pause real quick. We could build over here, which I'm kind of liking that. I don't think we can build on top of this thing. We can build next to it. And then I think there's an overhang limit, so we can't build anything right here. If we were to build a column, I think we could actually then, yeah, we could do that. So maybe we hold off on this. Let's start with this. I think they can reach everything. Yeah. Okay, so we can do that. I think we'll start filling some of this in actually as well. So we can go right here, start adding in some more dirt blocks. Oh, we can go all the way over here. That's perfect. Nice. And then yeah, I think we'll extend it kind of right in line. Just need to keep placing some columns. But we should pretty quickly be able to get the aquatic farmhouse up and running, so I'm pretty excited for that. That's something that I've been thinking about for the last, I mean, probably 3 or 4 episodes. So getting that set up is going to be fantastic. We still have a few details we need to work out down here. We need to detonate this. And then we can have the path go around here as soon as they place down that tunnel. We can move that up on the priority list just a little bit. And then we'll have to rearrange maybe where the zip line is. And this is coincidentally where I want to have a tree. So obviously this needs to move. Looks like they are waiting on this. Let's get those ones finished off. We have a lot of bots that are unemployed. I don't know. Okay, what in the world is happening? We probably have some buildings pausing and then unpausing. I'm not seeing any. If you guys see any of that, let me know. Uh-oh. These guys, what is it? It's on the relay. What the heck is happening? This one, resource counter. Oh, geez. So let's go to this guy. Why are you pausing? Huh? Okay, so measurement. How are we going between 100? I don't get it. Measurement 90. Why is this going? Okay, that's clearly something's happening. It says we're at 5600. It doesn't actually show that we're changing, so don't know what the deal with that is. I don't know if you guys have experienced that before. Let's try just getting rid of this one. So now we have to go back to bad water. We can duplicate this one. This one was at 90%. I think these ones were at 95. Yeah, so we'll just copy this. When in doubt, just turn it off and turn it on again. And then we have to make this one that can be dependent on that. So hopefully that works. That was an interesting bug. I have not seen that before. It's the bad water dome. I think this was impacting that maybe. There's something going on. It could have just been that resource counter was buggy for some reason. But we'll see. Yeah, so now it's doing good. It says we're at 100. We still have a lot of bots that are unemployed. We have some vacant beaver jobs. So we can toss 10 bots into there. And we still have 10 vacant beaver jobs. So we'll do this. And then we have all this constructed. We can add in one more levee. Make sure it's oriented correctly. And then what else do we need to do? So down here, they're still going up and down to construct the dirt from below. So make sure there's no beavers or bots below, but then we can remove that staircase. Let's also first remove these. And then let's get rid of this. Collect the resources. But I think that's all that they can do from down below. Once they get those done, we can start removing the staircases and then plug this little hole up. And let's think about the levees. If we just go right along here. And I guess we could just follow this. Gives us a good amount of space. Let's see what we can do with the farm, with the aquatic farmhouse. So we'll need to have 2, which is fine because this is probably too big of an area just for one to handle anyways. So let's do that. And then this guy, they should be able to reach it. Looks like someone started removing it and then just stopped. And, oh, we're still collecting bad water from here. We just had so much stored up in there. Okay, let's prioritize this, get that done first. And then we can start removing the stairs. We'll need to have them tie in somewhere else, so they'll probably just come up right here. But like I said, we'll rearrange the zip lines here shortly. So now we can get rid of this guy. And then we'll just slowly start removing these. And now we can get rid of both of them because they can grab it from above. Look at that, they just got it immediately. And then we'll extend that path around the corner. Could be worth getting another zip line over here. Let's try this. For now, we'll just have the path go up here. That'll extend in, and then we can get a zip line station placed down. And then we know that we want to connect in. This one's already connected in. This guy needs to move. So how do we have this oriented right now? Right now, there's a little transfer station, and then they're just going across. We could shift it over, which is a good idea. This one doesn't necessarily have to be here, though. Ooh, interesting. So let's pause this. Let's... Oh, there's bots on it. I want to know how far away they are. So if I try and connect this one, okay, so it's at the max limit. That's as far as it can go. This one, max limit. Okay. So we have to have 3 between these 2. Is there any reason? Well, I guess, yes, there needs to be 2 over here. We don't necessarily need to have 3, because this one, if we try and connect it here, oh, it's too far also. Okay, so we could shift this one more central. Ooh, you know what we should probably do? Because we're going to have the aquatic farmhouses over here. I'm thinking we should do this. So let's just start like this. So we'll have this guy, and then the aquatic farmhouse. We'll have a platform, and we'll have stairs on either side. So this guy can reach, well, right now he can't reach anything. We can get rid of the paths. We don't need all these. And so he can reach a good amount over here, and then we'll basically just copy the setup over here. And then we'll have that go. We'll shift this zipline pylon over, and we'll probably actually raise it up. So we might, let's scratch this. So we'll have like a column. We can make it seem pretty. We can actually make it pretty, or as pretty as one can be. So maybe we'll do some levees right here, stack it up, have this guy, and then this is temporary. As soon as we close this off, we can start irrigating everything. So let's click play. I think that we will want to build this. Right now they can get down here through this, so that's fine. But let's make sure they can focus on getting all of this constructed. And you know what? I think we should rearrange this. They should not have built any of this. And then same with all this stuff. So there we go. So that should go a little bit faster now. Cool. And then we can high prioritize everything here. And then even those are not irrigated. Oh yeah, so we have to place so we have to place stairs so they can actually reach up here. So this guy, oh my gosh, he won't be able to reach it by one tile. That is frustrating. I have to shift him over by one. I guess we don't even need him on stilts for this, so we could just add, if we have to add another forester, might as well just place it right here. And then what tree should we use? We have the drought approaching. We're on cycle 32. We've gone through quite a few. But trees. We have oak trees. Doesn't even show what it looks like. Okay, we'll pause it. We could do oak trees. We could do pine trees. Chestnuts. Maple. Birch. I don't think I want to do birch. Pine trees are the tallest. Maple. Maple and chestnut. Let's see. The aquatic, what fits with the aquatic farmhouse? I feel like you might want to go with maple. Let's try that. And these guys can't plant anything, that's okay. You think oak trees? See, we already have so many oak trees around. They're just everywhere. I'm kind of leaning towards, what was that, maple? I think maple, because it's not like too big, but it's also, you know, a deciduous looking tree versus a pine. I think I want to go with maple. And then we're probably not going to be able to plant any of these. Oh, we also need to be careful. Oh wait, they can walk through those. I was thinking of like placing like solid buildings, but they can walk through those. He is planting. He has a maple now, and we don't really need him anymore. I think that was it, because this guy can reach everything else. So you're done. And then we do need to get that other column set up. We could do a 3x3. Let's make sure it's in line. we'll also need to move the forester. But this is a temporary thing. So let's get that set up. I'm gonna pause it real quick. I just want to plan this out. So we'll place it right here. And this is completely overkill. Constructing this also isn't going to be exactly easy. I guess we don't need this in the middle. That's fine, we can just leave it. Just go back and forth. And then I don't have anything up here, but we can go. Let's do that. And then we can get this place right here. We'll get some decorations. What do we want to do for decorations? We go with shrubs. And then lanterns so the beavers can see. Now, is this overkill? Absolutely. But this one, this should be, yeah, so he should be able to connect in. Yep, good angle, close enough. And then, yep. Obviously we have stuff we can't do right now because there are things in the way, too many connections, all that. And then let's add in this guy. So we can add in some stairs. And then we can remove all of this. And unfortunately we have to go up. So we'll have to build it all from the top, I guess. We can go with a 5x1. And then I think if we just do a 2x1, that actually will be enough. And then we just need to connect all the paths in so we can reach everything. So we can go from there, and hopefully the beavers are not dum-dums and trap themselves. We can pause this one so they can reach everything else. No gears. Oh my gosh. We have no gears. Let's go down. They're all... We only have 6 of them now. Do we have space over here that we didn't utilize? Looks like it. So let's get this. Thank you for pointing that out. Lucky. And okay, so they are over here. We'll get those 2. And we have a bucket of bots. We can also get another one. Oh, we gotta get rid of this single path. Perfect. There we go. And then we have to actually connect these in. Was I seeing a... I thought I saw a message that was saying we were not connected in, but looks like we are. Looks like we are pretty much maxed out. Yeah. Scrap metal's looking good. Gears are crazy low though. Trees, or planks I should say, doing great there. Did we mark all this? Yeah, we did. Oh, you know we could do switch some of these beavers to bots. And I bet we could do the same over here. That's a bot already. We're doing pretty darn good. We missed a couple. So we can think about what we want to do. We're not going to be able to... Okay. Once they finish this, we can pause it. Awesome. Okay. We can detonate this. We can... Ooh, you know what we're going to do? Remove this. And we're going to install... Oh, wait. This is not experimental. Shoot. I was going to put in the new airtight pass. It would have been overkill, but instead we can just add in a levee. And I think that this is the last thing we need to do other than putting in these guys. Let's get that sorted. But as soon as that's done, I think that we are then ready to get that fill valve set up, or get it opened up. Let's check along the edge. Looks like everything's good. That's set up now, and there should be some dirt blocks getting filled in there. Yeah, let's start it. They got that one done. Fill valve, there we go. That's looking a little slow. Not sure how fast the water is supposed to flow through there. I mean, it is flowing. Not very fast, but so now we have all that connected in. We can have this guy. Well, first let's remove some of the extra pathing, because we don't need all of this. We will need some of it. I think I want to get a zipline station set up down here. This one will be connected into whichever one we have over here. So in fact, oh wait, we don't even need this guy anymore. Excellent, so we don't really need this. Kind of unnecessary. So, oh, we will need it. We'll need to construct this. Dang it. Okay, well, going back and forth. Let's just extend that, simplify this a little bit. Doing some path management. Okay, so he is planting. He can reach not quite this one. And then, oh, he can't reach that one. Let's try going over here. If we add in a staircase right here, he We can't reach that one. What are the odds? What are the odds that I placed it so that we couldn't reach this one, and then we couldn't reach this one by one tile? They built all of this up. But we do need to duplicate this, get another one over here. But in the meantime, we can start planting some crops. So let's go to crops. We'll start with spatterdock. Let's just go 5 wide over here. And then we'll do cattail 5 wide. We'll leave a little gap kind of next to here because I suspect it might not be great if we have the crops trying to grow right there. And then we'll just go every 5. For 5. That worked out pretty perfectly. Unintentionally, but then we can just fill all this in. Obviously, they won't be able to plant everything quite yet because this guy can only reach so far. But I'll start doing what they can, and then we actually should place down everything we want over here first. So this guy, I think we're gonna have him like that because he lines up. Yeah. Then we're gonna actually flip it. So we're gonna have this on the other side. Because I think that it might be, if we place it right here, then we might not be able to actually connect in. Maybe we can. Oh, that's not a problem. That's cool. Okay, and then... oh yeah, so how do we want to connect in? Because this is coming down here. Do we need an extra one? Man, I just wish we could have a third connection with the zip line. I think we gotta go with an extra. Not my favorite. So where should we put it? We don't need this guy. We could do this. Okay, get rid of that connection. Add this one in. You go here. This one will go up. And then this one can go across. And then we still need an aquatic farmhouse. So we can remove this. And then we should be set at that point. Yeah, we'll leave it like that. We'll get going. Still has a good amount of range. This one has a little bit more, but that's okay. As long as there's 4 of them, like 4 workers in total. And then we'll see how this drought goes, because now there's going to be a bunch of water that's flowing out of here. I don't know what height we need it set to. Let's go with like 0.65 for now. And then soon we can remove the foresters. That is... ooh, you know what we can do? Let's do this. Oh, I know. Okay, so if we go right here and we shift this, I think that should be enough. Okay, it doesn't show he has range. It'll show it. How do you do it so that you can see what the future range is going to be? So right now it doesn't show anything. As if you went to the path tab. Okay, so that's enough. He'll be able to plant that maple tree. We have those in the front. Oh shoot, I forgot to unpause this. And then we can also place down the shrubs. I was planning on going down on top, but we didn't really need to. So let's go to decorations. Get the last few placed in. And then now he can reach. And then we'll just have these two to plant. So we can get rid of this guy. He is now unnecessary. We can clear all of this out. We need this path here. No more because we constructed this. And then technically this is not... Wait, how is this connected in? Oh, because of... So they... I think they technically need to come out of here, walk over, and then hop on the zip line in order to get into here. But maybe they're smart enough and they just go this way. Soon we can disconnect this one and this one. Yeah. And then we'll keep removing some of this extra stuff. We still need to leave him for a little bit. We can fill in a few more crops. So this is looking like it's cattail. And then just a little sliver. Oh, they can't. Interesting. They're considering that too tall. Does that go above? Oh my gosh, that just like an inch above this tile. Making good progress on this. We can remove all this overhang system once they build all the way up. Okay, so they got that done a little bit quicker than I was expecting, honestly. So we have our aquatic farmhouse working. This is connected in. Let's add in some tunnels right here because I want to drain the water out from this. Seems like there's a lot more water than it appeared at first. We have some... We had some bots who were unemployed, but now they're good. We have our bad water dome that's running. So yeah, what do we have in terms of next steps? I did want to continue disassembling some of the infrastructure over here. So let's remove all of this. And then let's put that path back in. So yeah, we just got to keep moving houses. I think we added in... Yes, these guys are connected in now. We have 216 bots, 231 beavers. So we are doing pretty darn good. We do need to work on irrigating the rest of the map. This green space permeates pretty well. So that is good to see. Looks pretty cool. Just a giant overhang. You can like kind of see some of the columns underneath. This one you can definitely see, but that was intentional. And then we do need to go, because I think we're going to have bad water come out through here. And then that'll give us some more power. We have this power network is not supplying enough. So our gravity batteries are indeed going down, so we'll need to add some more. We have power shafts. Those are not connected in. Let's think about how we can connect those in. So right now it looks like they end right here. So I'm guessing we'll just want to come over here to connect in. So we can do that. We'll just get some more power shafts. This is going to be interesting. It's already built up a lot of this. Oh, dang it. So I can't really remove any of these. I could. I don't really want to do it over there. So I'll need to add like something like this. And then we'll just keep going. I guess that's going to be the way that we have to connect in. They can reach it. That's good. So we'll get that set up, and then the power shafts end right here. And then we can have the water wheels over here. So let's figure out where we want the water to go. We have this one set up. This one can go down into this river, and we could probably dam it up. Yeah, let's go. Ooh. Okay, so the water that goes all the way over there. If we made a lake down here, that'd be kind of cool. Let's see, do we want to go with levees or just completely block it? Because once it goes above here, then it would spill over here and then just keep going down this way. And this would just be kind of a little bonus. Like, we could take advantage of this space down here, but I'm not super keen on trying to make it useful. It'd just be somewhere that the water could go. Right now we have no channel. This is a little bit of a channel. And then we could actually access it. Let's do this. Before we lose access over here, we can't go. Oh, okay, we'll need to remove that. But on the right side, we can remove this. And of course, they throw some of it where it's impossible to reach. But we're doing pretty darn good on resources. So we'll just get rid of this rubble. They can reach this. Let's bump that up. And then we'll make a little collection area. Hopefully that doesn't remove some of these dirt blocks. I think they should be able to reach all this though. They can reach some of it from above, and this one from over here. And then, let's see. So let's pause it real quick. There's no beavers using this right now. And then now, add that in. We still need that forester. So I guess we'll just add that connection in. Get rid of this guy, click those resources. For some reason this is taking forever for them to construct. And then, ooh, look at that. So let's just test this out. We'll go to, well, maybe we shouldn't do it during a drought. We'll risk it. We'll just go to 0.2. So it's not a whole lot of flow, but it's just a little something. So there's some water coming down. If we go over here, let's add in some stairs, and then I think that we could just dam this up. So we're doing pretty good on logs. Although dirt I think would look a little bit cooler. And then we can add in some pathing. And that goes all the way across. And then we can remove all the little stumps. And then we don't really need those trees. We're doing pretty good on wood at the moment. And then the water is slowly making its way down here. Probably some of it is evaporating en route. What are the odds they... Oh wait, we can do this. Yes. Now we can reach that. I mean, it is working. We don't necessarily need to have this here. In fact, what if we did this instead? So we remove those and we actually made it like this instead. I kind of like that. A little different than I was envisioning at first. So they're gonna struggle to construct all of this, at least quickly, but that's okay. So they'll work on this. That'll slowly fill up. In the meantime, do we want to remove that? I think we do. And then we can go all the way across. Let's remove those. Let's bump up these on the priority list, so that and this. This can be normal. And then we just want to keep an eye on this reservoir. I mean, we have a good amount of water stored up, so probably won't be an issue. Yeah, I mean, water's in a fantastic spot. Looks like those are all set up. So now we can, I guess we can just leave it. We still have, I guess we could switch it to be bots instead. In fact, let's leave this one as beavers. This one will be bots. Okay, we can remove this. We'll collect it. And then we can also do this. I think that someone should still be en route, but maybe it stopped it. Then we can add in the last maple trees. Nope, we can't. We have to remove the path first. I feel like someone should, yeah. Because if someone has started to go to collect something, I think if you remove the path, then as long as they can physically reach it, then they will continue. Okay, so we got this. As soon as he builds or plants those trees, we can remove this staircase and this forester. That's going to be pretty darn quickly here. And then also get rid of these stairs. We can get rid of all of that. And then we'll just fill in the gaps with the spatter dock and the cattail. And then we, okay, so now, pause it, sever these connections. We'll get this one, add into here, and then this one, we can wait as soon as there's no beavers. Now disconnect that, and then add this one in. Okay, and then we don't need this one. Tidying everything up. Oh yeah, and then get rid of all these paths as well. Excellent. There's a gap in the planting behind the zipline station closest to the dam. These guys reach all the way over here. Same with these. I think they're actually good. Obviously, we need to fill in. I'm intentionally leaving these three unplanted, but we still gotta go right in here. And then add that in. So that's still going through. Water's not dropping too fast. Let's make it so they can reach all this. They can construct it from behind, because right now they have to... Ooh, we made that impossible. Well, now that we have this set up, they can go down to construct everything. We kind of paused it unintentionally, because they couldn't reach it from right here, and then they couldn't build this one to get closer, because that was needed to wait for the construction behind it. But now I think we should be good. And then, so we have this set up. That's going to irrigate this whole area and everything down here. I don't know quite what I want to do over here yet. I'll probably dam it up. And this will just be a little lake area. And then over here, we have another throttling valve. Here we have a third one. We also have a mine under here, or I guess ruins that we could tap into. I want to get some power shafts set up, connecting into this, and then we'll have some water wheels. Take advantage of bad water under here. Also, we only have, okay, we had 2600 power. I'm guessing that the windmills turned on. Yeah. And then these guys are still going down. What? Oh. So this doesn't force open. This just allows it to be open. So it's not like the iron teeth, where they can just, the bad water, what's it called? Bad water discharge? No. This bad water dome doesn't force it open, just allows it to be open or closed. Gotcha. Well, that kind of changes what I was hoping we could do under here. So if we open this one, nothing's going to come out. Interesting. So I kind of forgot that those are different. So over here, we could start working on the infrastructure to get that set up, because I think having some additional power will be a good idea. Especially charging up after a drought. Okay, I think they should be able to construct all this. Whoops, we'll just need to go with a double and then a single. And then I think, yeah, we'll add in these so they will be able to reach that. They can go those two, and then we can get some stairs. Yeah. We're figuring it out. And this will go all the way across. And then we'll want to stick to this level for a while. So if we have two bad water sources feeding into this, we only have one over here, and then these guys, let's take a look during the next wet season, see if we can speed it up. During the next wet season, if we think that this could handle double the flow rate, then maybe we just do some singles all the way over here. So I was gonna go singles and then do a little bit of a zigzag. Just try and capture as much bad water power as we can, and then just kind of funnel it out through here. I might try and make it, ooh, you know what we could do? We could just make a tunnel going through the mountain. That'd be kind of fun. And then we could have the water. What do you want to do with the water? We could take advantage of the water power as well. Right now this is just kind of flowing down. Ooh, and they finished all of this. No power supply. Yeah, we're running a bit short. 800, it's literally just these two. These two and the gravity batteries. Because our windmills are off. And these are donezo. Just gotta wait for that drought to finish. And it'd be nice to have some wind, but thankfully we have the gravity batteries, but some of them are out. Yeah, it's really just these guys. So it'd be nice to be able to take advantage of the water as well. If we're going to be irrigating stuff, might as well capture some power from it. Looks like they are starting to get this constructed. Yeah, so we could add all that in. At the very least, we want to keep going over here. And we should be able to go over this far, no problem. And then I think right around here we can turn around and start dropping down. So we'll do this. We can drop down at this point. So we can actually do this. Because we can have a single water wheel. I guess I wanted to wait to see if we're going to do a single or double wide. This is plenty to work on for now, so we can leave this. Let's make sure that they can actually reach everything. And then we'll just keep that path going. Inside the dam. And you know what we should do? We should start adding in... Let's get a pile set up right here. This will be set to dirt. We'll make sure the haulers can prioritize it. And then that should make the construction of this go a little bit faster. This is still pretty far away from the district center, but it's alright. Not the end of the world. Gosh, we still have so many beavers over here. This could honestly be its own district. Wouldn't be a bad idea. This guy is paused. How are we doing on dirt? We're doing good, looks like. I missed a path. Ah, good catch. Thank you, DJ. So now we got the dirt. That's going to make everything go so much faster. And then we can also start extending that over here. .5 days. We're starting to run a little bit low on water over here. So that being said, I think what we'll want to do, we can have this set to automate so we can have it open during the wet season, but then during a drought we probably don't want to be putting a whole lot of water coming through here. We currently do have some water in here. We don't really need the water to flow through here. We want it to irrigate it, but we don't need it to like really be flowing. Unfortunately, these are all throttling valves. If we had fill valves, we could have it tied to the water elevation over here. We have 30 bots who are unemployed. Oh, geez. Let's try this. These guys are all running. How are we doing on bot parts? Doing great on bot parts. 32, that's so many. We're gonna pause all of those. Because we're also... Oh! We were pretty much completely out of power. We might have been out of power. We have the windmills turned on. Oh, this is probably going down again. Oh yeah. And so now everything's gonna be running at not great efficiency. But we have this guy. We got some bad water flowing out. What is that set to? They will allow... It's off, so it's 0.10. Why is it off? Drought weather. So if it's a drought... Oh, we have it so it opens up if it's a drought. Because we want to take advantage of more of the power. That makes sense. So we're getting a small flow right through here so we can fill this back up. Excellent. Okay, so that's gonna slowly fill this up a little bit. We'll get some. 34 bots are unemployed. This is back up and running again. We'll get all the bad water we need. In fact, they are pretty much maxed out. But we can also remove these guys. We don't need them. Let's get rid of this. And this. Running at 100%. How are we running at 100%? Now we're not. Now we're running down to 70%. Okay. Soon that should be going up when we have the bad water flowing through here. This is also just filling up because it was, I guess it evaporated. And, oh, it's all bad water. So we're maxed out on it, so we can't collect it. Tie only one throttling valve to a depth sensor. Oh, for this one? That'd be interesting. Let's see, so we have a lot of water going through here. I would like to see more of that filling this up. So let's make sure, so it's on. Let's lower that to 0.25. Because we don't really need a lot of water coming through here. In fact, we could even go down to like 0.15. So that way more of the water is going to fill up this reservoir. And then we'll also be going over here. This is set to 2.1. What if we do this? Unsync this one. And then, is there any reason we wouldn't want all that extra water from here just to fill this up? I don't think so. So let's sync it, actually, and then just lower all of it. That way we can utilize as much of the water as we can. There's still some flow coming through here, which is good news. This we still have a target height. But that is, since the downstream floodgates are 0.5, this is 0.6. Effectively, this is just going to always be open during a wet season. And then we got some coming through here. More of it is coming through here now. Ooh, they built all of this. Oh no. I'm gonna want to fill that in. I don't know why I removed it. So we have to wait basically for this whole thing to fill up before we see how much these water wheels can take. 0.1 is pretty much nothing. Let's go up to 0.2. I think we should still be filling. If this doesn't keep going up, then obviously we gotta reevaluate. But it looks like it's continuing to go up. The animation looks interesting. But yeah, that's still going up in elevation, it looks like. So my cursor is right where the water elevation was, where the bad water elevation was. So even increasing that to 0.2, doubling how much bad water we are letting through the system. Seems like that's okay. Getting a little bit more power, but we're still not in a good spot. So with power being the limiting factor, we can start working on this. We've gone all the way over here. Water wheels. Let's see, where do we start? Pause it real quick. Let's just go see what this looks like. And then here we kind of have it turn around. But like I said, we're going to wait to decide if we're doing 2 or 1 wide. Yeah, we'll just do that. We will want to fill that in with dirt so that the water's not going over here. In fact, let's do this. Get rid of this right here. And then we have to go in this direction because once again, the beavers could trap themselves. And let's remove this one for now. We can do a staircase up after they've built all this. Is the power network tie finish? Looks like they are still not connected under the aqueduct. Let's take a look. So this right here, okay, so that looks like it's good. So if we just extend it and then we'll drop it down somewhere, I don't know exactly. Probably right here actually would be perfect. So we would go like this. And then we'll add in, so they won't be able to construct it, which is, that's okay. Because we don't have the stairs set up yet, so they can't reach it. But what I want to do is this. So we'll go up 2, and then we'll put in either vertical power shafts, or we could just do platforms and then power shafts underneath. Gears are bouncing back, which is good news. Let's just go with vertical power shafts. I normally like doing platforms and then power shafts underneath, but we can switch it up a little bit. We'll go over here. Oh, I didn't even think about them going from behind. But that's okay. This will go slowly. Not the end of the world. Oh, we could actually make this go faster if we add in this. Do that. Pause this guy. And let's just add a path right along here so they can construct everything from above. And then they can do it immediately. Pause this one so they didn't have a beaver over here working on something when they constructed this. And now we can unpause it. So let's take a look back at our bad water reservoir. Okay, so we're seeing bad water flowing over the top. So that means the max flow rate is coming over the top plus the throttling valves underneath. And then looking at this, 198 HP, that's the power output. And it looks like these can, it says they can do 270, but I think that's not like the max they can do. They can do more than that. If we wanted, we could kind of play around with it. So let's see, if they're producing 197, I guess we don't know what the flow rate of the bad water over the top is. Let's try this. Let's bump it up to 0.35. We'll see if we start draining. Because if there's no more bad water coming over the top of the floodgates, that means that we're draining more. Which is kind of what I want to see. I want to see how much this system can handle. Because that's all just coming from one bad water dome. These are moving pretty fast. I'm kind of thinking that one wide probably wouldn't be what we want to do for the other system. Okay, I'm gonna probably just forfeit this test. Let's go back down to 0.2. Yeah, I think we're just going to make it too wide. I think that just makes it a little bit easier. Okay, you guys should be able to construct all this down here. Oh, no you can't, because we got to do this instead. So we should remove this guy. And then this is all going to be bad water. So we'll want to think about that for irrigation purposes. We could go, let's see, so 1, 2, 3. We'll have 2, we'll have a wall, and then it's going to drop down, but I think we still want to block this side off. Whoops. Not going to be able to build that. We can go in like this though, all the way across. So we'll get, yeah. Okay, we will need to make this a little bit wider though. And then, so that's all set up. If we hate accidentally trying to click one of these, then you place a building. A little frustrating, but let's go over here. Can remove this. And now we can just start setting up a second set of water wheels. 4.3 thousand wood, so we're doing good there. DJ retracted all his messages. Okay. So there you got all that. Have any of you guys had a chance to play the new update so far? Because they added in some cool new buildings. I just started playing on Spillage. So I'm going to be able to use probably most of the new buildings in the next 1 to 2 episodes. Tomorrow's episode was pre-recorded, so that one's not going to be with the update, but next week's videos will be. And then right here we can start going down in elevation. Let's see, we can do 3. Let's see, so we'll need a wall over here. I think I'll probably just use levees. Oh, and we can also do this. Let's go all the way across. And then we're still doing good on dirt, which is excellent. I think they should be able to, yeah, they can start working on this now. Let's kind of bump all this up on the priority list. I think they should be doing it first because I placed the buildings down first. And then how do we want to do the levees? I think let's do 1. Let's make sure that's prioritized. And then as soon as they can't walk over here, you can fill the rest in. I think they should be able to build it from the level below. So we can let them work on this one. You know what we should do? We should also get a storage right here. Set this to logs and obtain and prioritize by haulers. Uh-oh, we have some bots who need some biofuel. Got a lot of workers over here, so might as well. Oh! Big pause. How are we doing? Okay, we are short on... Okay, we're doing good on carrots, but we're really short on potatoes. Catalyst. Let's duplicate this guy. Ooh, what about Spatterdock? Because that's really efficient, I think. Excellent. So we have a good amount of Spatterdock. So let's copy this. But we'll switch this one to Spatterdock. Super high prioritize it. We want to leave it as beavers for now. Yeah, because if we had a bot working there, they wouldn't be able to work. Okay, so this is a problem. Prioritized by haulers. Same with this guy. Ooh, that wasn't good. Hopefully we can make it through this unscathed. We also should get some storage. Set it for... Oh my gosh. Okay, so these guys are probably not working there. Oh no, it's all hitting at once. Okay, DEFCON. Threat level midnight. Oh geez. Okay, prioritized by haulers. Can I see what the recipe is? Let's see, that's in science. So 2 spatterdock and 2 water makes 25 biofuel. I like that. That's way more efficient than carrots. Okay, so we have... Let's just do this. We'll make this highest priority. We'll have one of them be bots. So any working bots, I assume they're waiting for the spatterdock to show up. Of course we had a bot who was out of biofuel deliver the stuff that they needed. But now they are getting more. We can get some warehouses. We'll have this one set to raw spatterdock. Oh nice, I got the refinement, so have a refinery that's making every recipe at once. I think we can copy the settings over here now. So we want to see our biofuel numbers start to go up. 180, not great. But they're getting as much biofuel as they can. We have these guys working. They're both prioritized. Now we have some spatterdock closer to here. We are not making grilled spatterdock right now, which we definitely could. Because these guys are maxed out. We're not making cattail crackers. We have to make cattail flour first. We could fit that over here. So what do we want to do? Grist mill? Do we have a grist mill? I think we did have one. We do have one. Just one. That is an essential connection. Bread and bread. Look how many bots are unemployed. Jeez. We even paused both of those. And they're still making a bucket of bots. Mud pits seem like they are okay. Not super popular, but they're popular enough. Did we ever launch the Wonder? I don't think we did. I think we built it, but we never launched it. Paper and extract, how are we doing on both of those? Okay, we're doing good. We don't have that much paper storage. I'm gonna build some more really quickly. I don't have a good long-term storage solution. I don't love it. Let's just toss something down real quick. Storage. That holds way more than we need. I just want to get like some extra paper storage, nothing crazy. So right now we have, these guys are automated. Okay, so we're doing fine, but we can launch the Wonder. Let's complete this map. Oh, I hit my watch. Let's launch it. Look at that. We're getting getting all the balloons floating away. $665 days passed. 1,100 beavers. Water drunk. Trees cut. A lot of dynamite. 5,500. That is a good amount, but we unlock the flexible start. And another wonder completed. So I've gotten a good amount of wonders. I need to do a check on how many I have. I haven't actually used a flexible start before, but I have some of the next video series that I'm going to do, not live streams, but like actual videos. I think both of those are on maps I still haven't gotten the wonder done so far. So I'm really excited for the next ones. Spillage is still going strong. I think we'll probably have a few more episodes, like I mentioned, but I'm pretty stoked for the next playthrough, I guess let's play that I'm doing. That one's gonna be fun. It's also gonna be on the experimental branch, so I can use some of the new buildings there as well. Okay, so what was I doing before I got distracted? Oh yeah, we're working on getting all this set up. They built that, and then now we can get the levees. Okay, that's oriented correctly. Go all the way. Okay, so you can reach all of this. That's what you like to see. And then we gotta get down here to get the trees. Oh yeah, and so we're also at the limit. So we need to go like this. But I think we should remove this tree real quick. So yeah, let's go down here. I guess we can just go straight down here. And then this is a good amount of trees. We're not maxed out on wood. We have 50 bots who are unemployed, so let's have them chop some trees down. We'll place one. Do that. Duplicate. Let's just get all this done. Assign priority. Excellent, and then we just need to mark it all. And then we can remove all the stumps and everything afterwards. Oh, and you also gotta extend that path. Otherwise, I won't be able to build it all. And then this is gonna go here and here, so we actually have to go one more. So we'll have to have this one like this. Okay, at this point now we can start. We'll just keep it all lined up. Not like that, like this. And then assuming, okay, we just don't want to fill that in because then they won't be able to reach this stuff. But I think that they will construct this immediately. And then we'll also put some levees on this side. Unfortunately, I also we'll want to fill this in, but not gonna be able to reach it. If we do that though. Yeah, there we go. And then let's pause a couple of these so they can go in here to construct it. So that'll go down here, and then we'll double back. What am I doing with this channel? We have this. I don't know what we're doing with the water from here. I was gonna use that to... Okay, bad head approaching. I was gonna use the water from here, maybe to irrigate some of this. Not sure. You know what we should do? We should automate this. Go to... Let's see. We want it during the wet season. So... Is that at the bottom? Wet weather station 1. So right now, it's on. We were okay with a little bit more water flowing through here. Because we know there's water coming in since the wet season. And then right now it seems like it's just barely enough to keep this stuff filled up, and then it all evaporates. We could get some power from here if we wanted. This, we'll get power from this during a wet season and a bad tide. So I think this makes a bit more sense than just from wet season over here. But we want to go over this direction. I think we'll probably dam up the ends. Like, we'll actually use the dams. Or maybe we can go with floodgates. Just so we have some water that'll sit here. It's not going to be irrigating anything for like crops, but over here, I think if we carve out a channel to let the water flow, and then we'll kind of have this be like a little wetlands. So if the water spills up over here, good. If not, not a big deal. So we're going to actually do it this way instead. We're going to put tunnels. So that way they can actually construct all of it, and I don't have to come back and we could do dynamite, put some stairs up there, but being a little lazy, just go with tunnels instead. And then they got all this done. Unpause this guy. Good. Okay, they're chopping the trees down. And then we can unpause this one. We'll get a single levee, construct that, and then get a staircase, pump that up, and then they should construct that, so now we can get the rest of those set up. I'm kind of assuming they're going to construct this first before any of the other ones. Although I'm seeing a bunch of beavers. Oh no. Ah, I messed up. Get rid of those. I think we're good. Ooh. Okay. Extend this. We need to extend the power shafts. And then we're just going to keep going with the vertical power shafts. It's well, it's kind of necessary, but I like the uniformity in terms of the look. And then we'll just add in some levers on the side. We can wait a second. I think they can, yeah, they can build it through the corner. That one's good. Then they'll get this one, and then they can get that one. This one will go one at a time. Look at that. Okay, so they got everything chopped down. Excellent. Move those. And now we can mark all these little stumps be removed. Now we can fill the rest of this in. And this is going to go pretty slowly, but not in a huge rush. We do need to go over here. Oh, I can't build this one. So we want to have this turn around. This I might need to actually change this a little bit. Go like this. Probably want to build it in the other direction. They can't reach it if we get some stairs set up. Maybe they can. And let's just keep duplicating the water wheels. We might want to have them go over on this. Uh-oh. Oh, great. Silly guy. I was going to say we can have them go over here, remove this path, start filling the water wheels in. Which I might end up doing that as soon as we get these set up. So we'll get the dirt blocks placed down. Let's see. So then we'll just go with levees. Let's high prioritize that. Pause that real quick. So I want them to build this one, and then these ones. I hope we don't get some trapped beavers. Okay, I think we're good. They'll finish those. Cool. Ooh, the power shafts. I didn't think that one 100% through. So this is all one network, but if we go over, we can't go down, you know, through that power shaft, or through the levee. So it'd be nice if this was the experimental branch so we could have a power shaft right here. So it's basically a levee slash power shaft. What we could do, it's not ideal. We could just do this instead. So technically the water can like go this way, I think a little bit. I actually don't know how it works exactly, but maybe these two water wheels are slightly less efficient than these ones, but it makes it so we can connect in to this system a lot easier. And then we can remove these. That is too far. Oh, they're not going to be able to reach this one. We can do this. I think that should make it so we can reach this one. And then here, we can get this guy. How to move it back up there? That's something. Okay. I want to go as inconvenient of a route as possible. Bump that one up. And then once they finish that, we can duplicate it. Oh, I paused it. And then we can copy that one over. And then I guess we'll just slowly start removing the stairs going back up. We can get rid of this one. And this one. Okay, so how's our biofuel doing? Oh my gosh, we're at 3,000. That was a very quick bounce back. Okay, so now that's all catalyst. I think we want to catalyst. Okay, so those are still tied to the resource counter. That's good. How are we still going up in bots? We paused both of the bot assemblers and we're still going up in bots. I know we have those guys, but we had some over here that we removed. Let's also remove all of these. Don't think we need to. Don't need to keep any of this. We had the bad tide coming in 0.2 days. We don't have a grill for grilled spatterdock yet. Ooh, you know what we could do? We could fit some grills right here. Let's go with 2 of them. Make sure they're set to bots. Let's just go grilled spatterdock. And copy that over here. And we have even more bots who are unemployed. And then we're just in tidy up mode now. What we can do next, let's see. So once I get rid of these, we'll fill this in. And then I'll remove all the path, remove this, put a levee in, put a staircase, And they can build all the water wheels from above. Oh yeah, we can also start filling this in. And then I'll assume that there's enough lead time that we can start working on that. Same with this. And then we can also remove that path. And then we'll get some power shafts over here down the road. Not quite yet. Yeah, we'll hold off for now. And then we can duplicate him. Yeah, so that's all connected in. Now we'll just have, yeah, power shafts will connect those in, except for this one. But that should be done before this water wheel. And then as soon as that's done, I guess first we can remove this. I just want to get this one set up. Cool. And then now we remove that and this. We can just duplicate this guy. And then we're doing great on wood, so we can afford to just place all these down at once. Unlike in Spillage when I was making the aqueduct, and I mean that was a lot more levees and water wheels and overhangs and platforms. Had a good amount of wood shortages during that construction process. Now we're doing pretty good. We have a good amount of tree farms. Well-being went up. I didn't even do... Oh wait, the grilled spatter dock. We did do that. We're at 51. How are we doing? Wet fur could be better. Grilled spatter dock's going up there. Campfire. Could use some more of those. We have some improvements to make. We have some space over here. Haven't really been making those improvements. We will worry about that in a future live stream. Right now I just want them to finish this. And then I think we can also go across, because this is where we're going to double back. Oh wait, we're going to do something slightly differently. Let's go like this. We'll do the double platforms instead. See, this is where it'll be pretty easy. You know what? We're gonna do it. Set it up like this. And then we're doing a path. And then we're just doing platforms. All under here. They can build this all at once. And then once they have built all those, we remove the stairs, put in a platform, path in, power shafts underneath versus doing vertical power shafts that they can walk on top, but we'd have to go one, they'd go one at a time all along here. Although this, you know, we could do, make this go quicker. I'm removing something we just built. Not great, but do a 4x1, 5x1. That'll go faster. We do need to connect that path in. And then I wonder if it actually would be quicker if we went like this. Okay. Oh, then we could just go down here. So that might speed up the construction process a little bit. Maybe, maybe not, not sure. I'm kind of thinking it will, because it's like really red over here and then it's just like still red. Here it's orange, so hopefully that's a little bit faster. We are still growing up in bots. We don't need more bots. Let's pause that. If we're at 266, I think we only have workplaces, bot part, factories. Yeah, so we have 3 of them paused. We had 4 of them running. There were 7 workers in total. We went down to 4 workers. We're still going up. I dropped it down to 2. So we might need to go up to 3 workers instead of just 2. Okay. Let's add in a path above. Excellent. That's almost done. And then now we gotta remove the path. I'm glad they make it so you can remove the path without removing the other infrastructure above it. So now, it's gonna be so easy to construct all that. It looks like they are using these stairs, so that was a good addition. Probably won't leave it here forever, but while we're working on this, it'll be good. I could use population counter to automate the bot factories. That is true. I did that in Spillage. I didn't really like it. Maybe I didn't set it up the way, you know, that is best. But I kind of fluctuate with some of the jobs that I need. So I don't mind having some extra bots, but having a nice amount of extra bots is not necessary. We have a bunch of builders who are sitting around, so we gotta get something for them to do. But it looks like we just finished placing all this down. So we are currently in a bad tide. Let's do this. Before we wrap up today's live stream, we can remove this and this. Let's collect everything. And then remove this guy. And we gotta get rid of some paths also. Well, I guess we don't need to get rid of those paths. But definitely these ones. So now, let's go take a look and see if this whole thing works. Open this. So now I got some bad water. Hold up. Oh wait, okay, so we have 11,000 power we're collecting in the system already. Now there's some contamination spreading, as to be expected. But we can set up something to get that sorted out. We got bad water flowing through here now. Even more bad water. So now we're at almost 15,000. Gotta remove this. And then add in that power shaft. So that'll connect everything in. And then we only have 3 days left of the bad tide. Gravity batteries are all charged up. This is definitely contributing as well. I mean, because this is so much. But that is where we're going to wrap up today's live stream. I am super stoked. We got this done very quickly. We need to work on using some of the crops. I don't have any cattail infrastructure set up. So we can do that in the next episode. And then we are getting some more power from here. Looks like the power supply dropped. But that's okay. Now we have some extra. We can continue adding in some zigzags to capture more power. We'll figure out maybe in the next episode what we do with some of these throttling valves that I put in. This one is already good. We're kind of irrigating down here. But hopefully you guys enjoyed today's live stream. Let's see. Arg. He said at least the biofuel is topped off and the extra bots aren't really costing you too many resources. Yeah. And the nice thing is that we can switch some of these jobs so that they're bots instead of beavers, and then get some beavers well-being up. So, because they'll be unemployed, so they'll just hang around. I don't know if when they're unemployed that they will just go and do stuff versus doing what the bots are doing, which is just like standing around. Hopefully the beavers can take advantage of their free time. But we can worry about that in the next episode. Thanks, Lucky. And then DJ. We had a few of you guys joining, familiar faces. And then Blue, I saw you were here as well. So I appreciate all you guys showing up. It's always fun interacting with everyone. You guys catch things that I miss. Very helpful. And with that, we'll see you guys in the next live stream. See you guys.